So, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I welcome everyone for today's webinar, and I thank you all for taking out time from your busy schedule and joining us here today. So, first, let me introduce myself. So, I am Praveen Raj Sampath Kumar. I work as a IHM coordinator, naval architect, and also as a training coordinator in S.O.S India Private Limited. So kindly note that the recording of today's session will be recorded and be available on our mobile app and as well as in our YouTube channel. So if you have any queries or doubts, you can ask at the end of the presentation. So let me first introduce my company. So we are S.O.S India Private Limited. We provide our services in IHM related solutions like IHM preparation, IHM maintenance, and also we do provide our services in ship recycling industries like IHM gap analysis, yard upgradation, compliance monitoring, and also the safety training. So now let us go into our webinar. So in this webinar, which we're gonna cover right now is ship recycling yard training. So um, what is ship recycling industry? Like we generally have an idea on what is ship recycling. So ship recycling is dismantling or cutting of ships and most of its components like steel, which can be recycled. So here the ships may have hazardous waste on board. In this case, proper dismantling of ships while handling the waste in a different waste treatment facility is known as green ship recycling. So, for dismantling the ships in greener way, the recycling yards will follow the rules set up by the IMO on Hong Kong Convention or European Union ship recycling regulation. So, the yards only accept, and so most of the yards accept the ships in which both the yard and the ships are authorized by HKC or USRR or both respectively. So next we shall see is the aim of the HKC and USRR. So in ship recycling industry, these two ensures that the ship being recycled do not pose any risk to the human and environment. So they basically address all the issues around ship recycling, like you can say like hazardous material present on board, like asbestos, PCB, heavy metals, and so on. So the next one which we shall see is how to reduce human and environmental impact with respect to ship recycling. So so usually ship breaking is a really difficult process because of its structural complexity of the ship. Here, most of the laborers are working without a proper PPE kit or heavy machinery work, which may pose danger if it is not properly managed. Further, there may be release of any hazardous waste in environment or to human, like oil spills, asbestos, toxic paints, and so on. So, when these issues are properly managed, then the ship recycling will not pose any danger to the human health and also the environment. So next we shall see is the hazards associated with the ship recycling industry. So here ships coming to recycling can have various toxic materials on board, which is to be properly located, removed, and disposed of. So, firstly, the hazards associated with the workers with no proper PPE. Next is badly monitored work, explosions, and all other work-related accidents. So, finally, the hazardous material which is coming along on board the ship. These hazards may cause human and environmental damage. Now let us see the training session for the worker safety. As you all know, like currently India is the world leader in ship recycling. Despite being improved, brought to the working condition, the worker safety and environmental protection is still in the lower rate. By the help of the HKC or EUSRR, the ship recycling yard is gearing up to enhance the worker safety and also the environment. So we at S.O.S India provide our service in conducting training sessions which is relating to ship recycling. We offer it to the employees by developing and delivering it directly in the yard. So this is aimed to enhance the awareness of the workers and supervisors relating to the risk and hazards involved in the ship recycling, and this also implements safe work practice. So next is the benefits of the workers training. So first is to the benefits are like first is to educate the employees on the basic of health and safety, and the next will be for the employees to work with increased focus on their task, then to increase the job pleasure and confidence among employees, then to increase the effectiveness and gradually having an economical gain for the organization, then to increase the ability to adopt new skills and method. Next is to raise the company's image, and then work with the proper risk management should be followed. Finally, uh, and increase the productivity with self-satisfaction among the employees. So these are the like benefits of the workers training. So the topics which we cover in this training sessions, as you can see, these are the training sessions which we shall cover. The as IHM Awareness Training, General Safety Induction, Fire Protection and Prevention, and so on. Like these are like a total of 13 topics. So from the next slide, we will be seeing what are the training courses which shall be offered by our organization. So the first one is the IHM Awareness Training. In this course, we will be studying what is IHM, that is inventory of hazardous material. So this is the inventory which contains the list of hazardous material like asbestos, PCB, ODS, heavy metals, and so on. So these hazardous material may be present on board the ship. It also details the location and exact quantity of the hazardous material present on board the ship. So the next one is the general safety training, induction training. This training course covers all the inherent hazards which is associated with the ship recycling industries. This training is conducted to welcome all the new employees to the company's policy and to prepare them for their respective roles. This can also be given for the old employees to refresh their knowledge. So this training course serves as a starting point for the organization to introduce the culture of safety in workplace. So the next is the handling and management of hazmat. Hazmat in the sense hazardous material. Like as I said before, the ship may contain many hazardous material on board. So the workers should have a basic knowledge on how to handle and manage the hazardous material in a safe manner. So next will be the fire protection and prevention. So in ship recycling industry, the workers should know how to suppress fire and use of and should have a basic knowledge on how to use the firefighting devices like fire detectors, sprinklers, fire extinguishers, and so on. So the next is the first aid course, which will help the workers on how to give first aid treatment in case of any emergency situation. And the next is oil spill, which can be occurred on sea or the plot. So this course covers on how the oil spills occurs and how to clean it. So yeah, as you all know, like ship carries oils, and oil spills are really dangerous to human and environment. So clearing of oil spill is a really very important task which is to be followed. Then what we will cover is the gas cutting operation, which is mostly used in ship recycling industry. This operation contains many risks and hazards associated with it. So the workers should have a basic knowledge on gas cutting and also the grinding operations, and even the safety precautions which is to be followed during the gas cutting operation and grinding. So the next course is also widely used in ship recycling industry, which is working at height. You all know, you all aware of the ships are bigger in size, so the workers shall also work at some height. We shall cover the risk associated in working at height and how to prevent from falling. So the next is the confined space entry. In ships, there are like tanks like double bottom tanks and some enclosed spaces, which is denoted as non-breathable zones. So in this course, we shall cover how the workers work in confined space and its safety precautions. The next is the removal of ACM, which is asbestos containing material. In ships, some of the insulations, gaskets, packing, and so on may contain asbestos, which is dangerous for human health and environment. So asbestos is used in these products because of its fire resistance, electrical insulation, and strength, flexibility properties. So this course describes how the safe removal and disposal of asbestos containing material as per as the rules and regulations of the disposal country. So the next is in ship recycling industry, heavy machineries also plays a vital role on carrying the dismantled ship blocks such as cranes, winches, and trucks. So this course covers on how the workers operate these heavy machineries with no accidents. So the next one is the battery handling procedure. So here we will be covering how the ship's battery is handled and stored in ship recycling facility. Usually ship batteries are contained with lead acid or nickel cadmium, which is an hazard to human and environment. So proper handling and storing of these batteries are really important. Finally is the mock drill. Even if the training on all the previous courses given, it is important for the yard employees to participate in mock drill. This will help them in understanding how the employees should handle any hazard related situation. As you all seen the intro to all the courses which we are offering. So our clients can choose their courses according to their employees' needs, and you can also request for any other customized training courses in future. So the next we'll be seeing is the process flow of the training. Here in this slide, what you can see is the basic process flow on how our organization handles the training projects. for our clients from start to end. So the first is the project request from the client, then will be the planning and proposal of a quote to the client for the training topics which they have asked for. Then will be the project acceptance to the client, which will be given via mail. Then we will designate a certified trainer for the training. Then the preparation of training material shall be done. Once this is done, then directly go to the yard and conduct the training and mock drills. Then the exam and certification will be given and will be given to the employees, and finally the feedbacks will be collected from the clients and end of the project. So the next shall be the design methodology of our organization. So the training material and how it is prepared is basically in languages like English and Hindi, which is also presented in English and Hindi. So the course are conducted in 3 parts, like a theory session, which will be held in classroom, practical session, which can be held in on board the vessel and also in the yard premises, and finally the examination at the end of the session. So employees will also be given some time to share their experience on how they face work-related risk. Finally, the project ends with the customer feedback. So next we will see the assessment and certification. So the purpose of the assessment is to evaluate the employees on how they understand the courses. So this assessment-based certificate program is relatively a short non-degree granting program. So once the examination is finished, then the certificate of attendance or participation is issued to the individual. So the examination is conducted in 3 sets of question papers in a multiple choice options. So for labors, it will be in a pictorial format, which is really easy for them to understand. So any participant scoring above 40% shall get a certificate of achievement, which is valid for a 1 year max, and the participant scoring less than 40% shall get a certificate of attendance, which is valid for a 6 months max. So the next we shall see is the feedback from the clients. So the feedback from the clients which we receive will help our organization to know if the clients are getting the value out of their training. So clients are free to share their experience with their training by polling, interviewing, or by filling feedback forms. This will help our organization to improve on the subject which we lack the most. So the next one is this slide shows the basic photo on how our training offered in one of our clients here. So the top 2 are the theory sessions and the bottom 2 are the practical sessions which was held on board. But the practical sessions can also be held on board and the yard premises also. So now we will see our preposition for a better service. So a certified trainer will be at your service. We provide you an efficient and effective training services. All courses includes training materials and certification. So we can also customize a training material as per the client's need. We offer our service in a very competitive price. You can be assured that your team are getting the best quality training as per the compliance. So as you can see, in this slide, so these are the methods you can reach us. The first one is our address, office address, and a phone call. and our email address, and also our website. You can check out our website also. So in this way, you are free to reach us out for our services. So finally, I will thank you all again for your valuable time and your kind support. I also thank Mr. Ravi, who is our organization managing director, for giving me this opportunity to present you our services on ship recycling training. So whenever you have any queries or doubts, we would like to help you out and guide you through. So we also assure you that whichever your queries are, uh, you are in a capable hands. So you can also mail us if you are in need of our services. As you can see in this slide and also in previous slide, our mail ID is given. We assure you that our services can really help in improving your organization's worker safety and environment. So let us hear on any questions or queries if you want to ask us or get some clarification on anything. So like so here we can end our presentation, and thank you.